China and India are having conflicts since a long time. The biggest bone of contention is Tibet and Dalai Lama. This led to the first ever war between these two nations. China is very sensitive about the territorial sovereignty, and having Dalai Lama run a shadow government in India has historically been a major irritator for them. Following Tibet, there are two border disputes, one in a region called Aksai Chin and another in a region called Arunachal Pradesh. Both nations claim both regions, although China controls the former and India the latter. In both these places the geography favors the current arrangement. With both nations nuclear armed, it is inconceivable for any solution other than formalizing the status quo. However, both nations have a fairly noisy nationalist brigade that doesn't want to lose face by stating that reality. Thus, the border remains unresolved, leading to frequent flare-up of anger. The third one, and the one rapidly becoming important, is the domination of Indian Ocean through a Chinese strategy termed the String of Pearls. The stars in red circles are China's plans for naval bases, stars in blue circles are American bases, and Indian flags are Indian bases. Red circles surrounding India's naval bases are feared by India as containment strategy. Indian government is spending a lot of energy from preventing this from happening. This includes both defensive punches such as pulling Sri Lanka, Maldives, Myanmar, and Bangladesh back to Indian sphere of influence, and offensive punches such as a counter-containment strategy in South China Sea. Vietnam and India sign oil, naval agreement amid South China Sea disputes, angering Beijing. From India's perspective, China cannot have it both ways. Either both nations stick to their respective oceans or both nations get involved in both places. No nation in the world is immune to the pressures of its national interests. China is no exception. Currently, Chinese economy is slowing down. The policymakers and economists of China know that it is not prudent to park its money inside that country only. It needs to invest elsewhere, or at least lend that money to other nations. This brings in Pakistan to the equation. China sees Pakistan as a place to invest and a nation which it can keep under its control. China also has to keep its energy highway open, with an alternate route to the Indian Ocean. Another goal of China is to have access to the vast markets of Central Asia for its goods. Which leads to disputes between India and China, because India and Pakistan consider each other as a threat, which makes the situation worse.